they have to just join the meeting and kindly turn off your video and mute your mic so that without interruption you can enjoy the session.
આપણે પ્રેઝન્ટ કરશું ને આ મેઇન સ્ક્રીન આપણી આવી જશે.
ઓકે મારી બરાબર એક ગ્રુપ માં ડાઉનલોડ આરામથી કાઢો કેમેરાનો વાંધો નહીં, કેમેરાનો આપણને પ્રોબ્લેમ નહીં થાય
ઇન્ટરપ્ટ કારણ કે જેવું
27 થયા
આપણને આપીશું તો નીચે જોતું કે ના ચાલે. મારે જોઈન થવું પડશે.
કાઇન્ડલી ટર્ન ઓફ યોર માઇક પ્લીઝ એવું કહેતા
હું કરું તમે હેન્ડલ કરો પેલું જોઈન કરો બરાબર.
ઓકે એટલે બ્રોડકાસ્ટિંગ નું આપણું થઈ ગયું છે ને
થઈ ગયું આપણે લિંક ઓપન કરી લેવાનું.
અમિત કપૂર જોઈન જોઈન 35 થયા
પછી અલગ અને હું અમને છે ને કહું છું હવે બરાબર.
Because we have told them actually, Kulpa ma'am, to join this session WhatsApp 11 o'clock.
Yes,
That's why.
yes.
I have dispatched the message.
And he has
Can you turn off your mic, everybody?
Yes,
Those who are
everyone
joining-
turn off your mic.
Please turn off your
આ
mic
નહીં મનોય મારી પણ હા એમને કરી દો
and enjoy the session.
કરી દો જે આવે
કેમ ચાલુ
કારણ કે બધાની પેન્ડિંગમાં છે ને પાછી. બીકેડી
કહી દો મેડમ ને આપણે લાઈવ ટાઈમ
ત્યાં શું કહી દો
પર ચેટ બોક્સમાં કોઈ નહીં જોયું
ના જોશે
Kindly turn off your mic, please.
We are live now, sir.
You all are requested to turn off your mic before joining.
And please make sure that you are not going to click on presenting button. You have to just join the meeting. Dr. Tushar Brahmbhatt, please stop presenting.
પેપરમાં જતા રહો ના નીરવ લેતા જે છે ને એનો ઓપ્શન્સ કાઢો અહીંયા એની સ્ક્રીન પર ટચ કરો નીરવ મહેતા છે ને હા એમનું હશે નીચે અહીંયા નહીં
શું કરું
અને મ્યુટ કરી દો હમણાં જ
થઈ જશે
બસ મ્યુટ why is presenting and mute આ mute બસ ડન બીજા કોણ કોણ છે જો
કેમ આ નીચે નીચે તું સ્લાઇડ
હા જો આમાં અને આ બધા કેમેરા ચાલુ રાખીને બેઠા છે
મેમને કહો કેમેરા બંધ કરો કે ચલો બધાને કહો
હું પાછું મેસેજ
એક મિનિટ હા તું એ ઓપરેટ કરો
એને કે તું કેમેરા ઓફ રાખજે
આ બતાવશે ને આપણે કોને
ના એટલે એકદમ કરો વાંધો નહીં તો ચાલશે એટલે બીજું કોઈ ઓપ્શન તમે તડવી કોણ પ્રેઝન્ટ કરે છે આપણે કૃપા મેમની સ્ક્રીન લઈ લો હમણાં જ
Bhavna madam, please stop presenting your screen.
ડબલ ટેપ
આ શું થઈ આ શું બતાવે છે સપને આ કેમ યાર
એ કોઈ પ્રેઝન્ટ કરે છે
કોણ છે
ખબર નહીં કારણ
ना ऑफ कर दो कान ना को है ना
Yes, Bhavana
No,
ma'am.
but remove him.
Kindly stop presenting.
View removed.
भावना कर दे
Audio नहीं चालू करो एम कैसे
આપણો કોણ
સત્યારે સંભળાતું નહીં એમ
કઈ છે
ડીના સોરી એન્ટ્રી તમને મ્યુટ કરી દો પાછું અનમ્યુટ
બતાવતો જ નહીં એમણે એમનું જ બંધ રાખ્યું આ કન્ટિન્યુ સામાન્ય આવે છે
હા મતલબ મ્યુટ જ કરી છે
ભાવના કરી દે આ જો હવે પ્રેઝન્ટ કરશે ને એ હું કરી દઈશ
I think it's 11 now.
આપણું થઈ ગયું છે બધું?
I think
We should
just wait
start.
for, ma'am, just wait for 2-3 minutes more, so everyone can join the session, and I think they miss something if we start early. Just wait for
Okay.
2 minutes only 2 minutes,
I'm
because
repeating
they
it.
type the message. That's why
Yes,
remove
yes,
it
yes. But
immediately
they are
I'm
not able
again
to
and
join.
again. Yeah, yeah. It's okay. It's okay. We'll wait for 5 minutes. But I'm
Oh, okay,
repeatedly
1-2 minutes only. That's
telling
it.
everyone that you just mute your sound and turn off your video so that you can enjoy the session without any interruption. And just don't click on presenting the screen.
આપણે પ્રેઝન્ટ
You don't have to present. You have to just join the meeting, please.
કેમ આવું થયું
And if you have any query and issue, please type the message over there. Don't call anyone.
Yes.
Very important that everyone should keep it in your mind. Don't call anyone. Okay, you just type it out.
I've already
ટૂલ્સ પર મરણ પામે છે ત્રીજા દિવસે
Yep. Yeah, please turn off your mic.
જે હોય બંને કે
Hello.
રિમૂવ કરી શકો
રિયાના
Yeah, Divya Makwana, please
હા
stop making presentation.
જોઈન થઈ ગયા
See, in Google Meet, we have.
You need to join only. Okay.
ઓકે મેમ
Yes, yes. You don't have to click on presenting button. That is solely for the presenter who is going to present with PPTs or anything.
નો પ્રોબ્લેમ મેમ
And we have other sources to access this live webinar. So in case it happens, you disconnect from this group, you can join to YouTube. There is a platform, you can see that. Okay, you can enjoy this session call. So don't worry about it.
યસ
We have a live sessions as well on YouTube.
મને લિંક શેર કરીશ
સેન્ડ
આપણે આની
મેલ ચેક કરો ના ઉભા રહો લિંક નહીં
હા
ઓકે હું
Ma'am, I think it's time to start.
યસ
Okay, let's start.
Okay.
આપણે લિંક
માને માને ઓ આમાં
Now, before we start,
કનેક્ટ જોડને આપણે એક ફોન
I think someone has not muted still their mic.
Oh, wait for a while, ma'am. I just manage it.
વોટ્સએપ પર
Okay.
It is our
Now-
humble request, please everybody turn off your mic, please. Yes, ma'am.
હું તમને શેર કરું
Over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Vivek sir.
Oh,
Good morning and a very warm welcome to you all. I am Dr. Krupa Shah from Anand Arts College, Anand, respected teaching fraternity, research scholar, and my dear students. Indeed, it is a matter of immense pleasure to welcome you all at this webinar on using technology to foster linguistic and literary competence. I must say that this webinar will certainly enhance your knowledge regarding the subject. Uh, I have, I must share with you that we are so happy that we got overwhelming response from all over the nation. It's not only from Gujarat, but from all over India. Like uh, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Bihar, Rajasthan. From like almost every states we got the response, and not only from India, even we got the response from Italy, Philippines, Nepal. So it's really a matter of proud moment for all of us. So thank you all the attendees and participants. Without your participation we would not have been able to put forward this kind of knowledge enhancing program. So thank you so much for being with us. Again, before we commence the program,
Hello.
I would like to share a few information with you all. First of all, again and again, I'm telling you that you have to turn off your mic and camera so that without interruption you can enjoy the session. Secondly, this time we have made some of the changes regarding the certificate and feedback form. It is very much mandatory to fill the feedback form for e-certificate. So, and the link of the feedback form will be given to the Telegram channel of our webinar. So, and I have already pasted the channel of the Telegram group in the chat box. Those who have not joined yet, because the feedback link will be posted in the Telegram channel after the completion of this webinar. So kindly join our group for the further update of even the feedback form and the upcoming webinar that we are going to organize in the near future. So I humbly request you all to join our Telegram channel for the updation regarding all the information of this webinar. Uh, Now, I would like to invite my SOD, Mittal Makwan, to address the audience. Mittal ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Respected Principal Dr. Manoj Patel sir, respected Parul ma'am, my colleagues, and all the participants of this. It's a privilege to be here to address you all in this session. Myself, Mittal Mekwan, Faculty of English Department, Anand Arts College, Anand, managed by Sri Ramakrishna Seva Mandal. Welcome you all in today's session. We all are struggling against COVID-19, and most people got frustrated during the period of lockdown. We must appreciate the education field that they have used the extra time of lockdown period to do some innovative work. And webinar is one of the innovative work in which we are also involved. Under the constant guidance and support of our ever enthusiastic principal Dr. Manoj Patel sir, the faculties of English department from Anand Arts College, Anand, have also organized the series of lectures. I am very glad to inform you that we have got a great response, and for today's webinar, more than 300 participants have registered. Technology has changed our way of life and way of teaching. Technology is a learning process. We will learn so many things in today's lecture, as today's lecture will certainly throw focus on how technology can be used to foster linguistic and literary competence. I welcome Parul ma'am for her lecture. Finally, I sincerely hope that this webinar will succeed in every aspect. I wish everybody a good health. Thank you, and thank you all the participants to join this webinar. Thank you.
હવે મિત્ર એમને શું જવાબ લે હા યાર આ જેટલાને પેલું વોઇસ ના મેમ મિત્ર મેમ હા તો ક્લિક કરો
Krupa ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable ideas with us. Now, I would like to invite our Honorable Principal, Dr. Manoj Patel. Manoj, sir?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Sir, please welcome and have a few words for us. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Dr. Manoj Patel, Principal of Anand Arts College. We have organized the national and international so many seminar. Our IQAC and our Department of English is a very active. All faculties are very devoted. इस पेंडेमिक पीरियड में जब शुरुआत हुई तो हमारा पूरा विश्व जो है एक सदमे में था। लॉकडाउन के कारण पूरी दुनिया जैसे ऐसा लगा था जैसे थम गई है। लेकिन मनुष्य का कर्तव्य है इनोवेशन एंड इनोवेटिव कुछ करने का, और उसके चलते हमारी कॉलेज ने इस डिजिटलाइजेशन के जमाने में कुछ नया सोच के सोसाइटी को कुछ नया देने का प्रयास किया। अभी हाल ही में हम लोगों ने एक सेमिनार ऑर्गेनाइज किया था जो सक्सेस हुआ। एक वैसा ही ये वेबिनार फिर आज हम ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं। ऑल क्रेडिट goes to our Department of English and IQAC coordinator Dr. Pasha, Dr. Vittal. लास्ट टाइम जो हमारे स्पीकर्स थे वो भी एमिनेंट स्पीकर्स थे, और इस बार भी डॉक्टर पारुल एमिनेंट स्पीकर्स है जो आपके इस विषय पर काफी प्रकाश डालेंगे और आपके नॉलेज को बढ़ाने का प्रयास करेंगे। जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स जो डेलीगेट्स वेबिनार में ज्वाइन है उन सबका मैं अपने कॉलेज की ओर से वेलकम करता हूं और आप सबको शुभेच्छा देता हूं, धन्यवाद देता हूं कि आप आने वाले हर इस वेबिनार में हमारे IQAC डिपार्टमेंट का कोऑपरेट करते रहे, उसको सपोर्ट देते रहे। और हम इसी तरह पहले हम फिजिकल सेमिनार किया करते थे, अब इस कोविड-19 की वजह से हम लोगों ने एक नया इनोवेशन प्रकट किया है, जिसके चलते अब लोगों का समय, लोगों की हेल्थ वेल्थ सबको ध्यान में रखते हुए इस वेबिनार के माध्यम से हम ज्ञान को और बढ़ाने का प्रयास करते रहेंगे। मित्रों, आज के समय में ये समय की मांग है कि इस डिजिटलाइजेशन के जमाने में इस आइडिया को और अधिक बढ़ावा मिले और फैकल्टीज, स्टूडेंट्स सबको इस डिजिटलाइजेशन के माध्यम से नए नए ज्ञान और नए नए आविष्कार से हम लोग अवगत कराते रहे। पहले एक समय ऐसा लगा था कि अब तो कॉलेज बंद हो गई, अब पूरा लॉकडाउन होगा, अब कैसे पठन पाठन होगा। लेकिन सिस्टम और इनोवेशन कभी किसी भी आपदा के सामने झुकता नहीं, तो हमेशा कोशिश करके आगे बढ़ने का प्रयास करता है। वैसे ही इस आनंद आर्ट्स कॉलेज के IQAC डिपार्टमेंट, इसके कोऑर्डिनेटर डॉक्टर पोपा, इंग्लिश डिपार्टमेंट उसकी HOD मिस मित्तल मैकवान और डॉक्टर विवेक, इन तीनों ने लगातार अपनी जहमत से, मेहनत से, लगन से इस वेबिनार को रोज नए नए विषयों के साथ आपके सम्मुख आने का प्रयास करते रहते हैं। मैं उन तीनों को अभिनंदन करता हूं और आप सबका जो इस वेबिनार से जुड़े हुए हैं उन सबका मैं तहे दिल से स्वागत करता हूं। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
एटमॉस्फेयर पर डिपेंड है।
Thank you, Manoj sir. And I must say that it is due to your initiation that the program is actually taking place. Now, I feel proud to say we have a very learned scholar as our guest speaker, Dr. Parul Popat. She is an associate professor, the Department of English, SP University. She is also PhD guide. Most striking feature of her character is she is a staunch believer in self-learning. She has successfully taken various online courses on the platform like NPTEL, Coursera, etc. Her area of interest include ELT teaching learning material and its production, digital humanities, e-teaching, learning and assessment, Indian writing in English, adaptations of literature. With almost 22 years of teaching experience, she contributed not only in curriculum designing, online examination, and learner-centered teaching learning practices for BA, MA, BCom, BBA, BCA, BE, courses, but also served as the coordinator of NAC, training and placement cell, finishing school, scope, and the language lab. She aims at making curriculum and teaching learning practices and examination pattern more career-centric to cater the youth of India. Dr. Parul Popat has got many books and papers and articles to her credit. And she is a fan of pedagogy and practices participative learning. She loves understanding how people learn and the most effective learning methods. And I must say that today she will make the session something out of her enthusiasm for the teaching and learning process. So, madam, thank you so much for acknowledging our invitation and joining in this knowledge enhancing program. Now, I'd like to hand over entire session to you, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, Pupa, thank you very much for these nice words actually. Uh,
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now the entire session is all yours. Madam, before you start, I would like to I would like to say everyone, please do not interrupt by presenting on by clicking on presenting button. Kindly mute and turn off your camera and video so that you can enjoy the session without any disturbance. Please, thank you, ma'am.
okay, thank you, Pupa. So it is good to be with you again, and I appreciate the enthusiasm of Department of English at Anand Arts College, who are the young teachers are taking all the pain to remain updated and helping others also to remain updated. We all know that the things have changed drastically and suddenly. We, the teachers, have become busier like never before. Many things have changed. But what has not changed is the indomitable spirit of teachers. Now, in this change scenario, I think we need to see whether the challenges before us have changed or remain the same. And so, let me give you this slide and let me share this thing with you. Just a minute. I hope the screen is visible clearly to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, whenever you are in any profession, you keep on doing SWOT analysis. That what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are the opportunities that you have, and what are the challenges that you are likely to encounter. Now, we must have done this at one point of time in our career. But now, in this pandemic time, are our opportunities the same or have they changed? And what about the challenges? Okay, so just have a look at this. What are the opportunities that you have and what are the challenges?
Done. Can बंद कीजिए?
वो एनिमेशन डाउनलोड
Weakness to overcome lower self-esteem, negative attitude, skepticism, lack of confidence.
अच्छा तो लाइव YouTube
जो चालू चमो YouTube નો
આપણી સ્ક્રીન જ બેઠી દેખાય
જો આઈ રહ્યો
આપણે મને આવું ના કરશે પેલા બધા
નેટની સ્પીડ કે શું
કેમ
ના બરાબર મને લાગ્યું કરતી રે પેલા આમ લોડિંગ બતાવ એટલે YouTube થી કરે
આપણે હવે સ્વિચ નહીં કરીએ કારણ કે આપણે આનો
પણ એ તો YouTube પર દેખાશે Google Meet પર તો કશું વાંધો નહીં
જો લાઈવ પર
કોણ
Okay.
તો YouTube
Now, as
પેલા પર તો
you must have noticed that our strength and weaknesses, if there is any, right, are not or they have nothing to do with the change scenario. In this scenario, the opportunities have increased and simply challenges have changed. But we, the teachers, have always remained the same. What we cannot do is stop teaching, and whoever is the person and whichever is the platform. Now recently, I come across such example only, obviously through social media. Just have a look at this. This is a snapshot of somebody's mobile, wherein the person has received a message from a person asking him to share the card number. And this is a very common practice nowadays. We know such fraud is taking place. Now, look at the conversation.
I hope it is visible to you, and for those whom it is not visible, I would read. So the sender says, dear user, your SBI card has been blocked because you have not updated yet. If you want to keep using your ATM card, please contact to this number, and the number is given. The receiver sends the response. भाई पहली बात तो हैज और हैव के साथ वर्ब की थर्ड फॉर्म यूज होती है, इसीलिए ब्लॉक की जगह ब्लॉक्ड आएगा और इसी तरह अपडेट की जगह अपडेटेड आएगा। एक चीज और, मेरा नाम डैश है, यूजर नहीं। एटीएम पता है, मेरा नाम नहीं। मेरे भाई 2 क्लास ध्यान से पढ़ लेता तो यह 2 नंबरी काम करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती। और आखिरी बात, मेरा खाता बीओबी में है, एसबीआई में नहीं। Now the receiver, right? The sender also doesn't stop. He is also a learner. So he writes, I am sorry, sir. I will take care of that in next road. Thank you for guiding us. The teacher mentioned not. If you face any kind of another grammatical problem, contact me without any hesitation. Best of luck, brother. My blessings are with you. So, teachers will always be teachers. Now, so it is very natural for a teacher to teach whatever may be the circumstances, and that is the reason that we all are here on this platform. Now, as you know, the theme of this seminar is these 3 important things: linguistic competence, literary competence, and how to foster both of them using technology. We all know about them. They are not very unknown terms. But one thing, before we take plunge into today's session, I would like to assert that linguistic and literary competence, they are interdependent, correlated, and complementary. They cannot be taught or taught in isolation. So this is how we have to integrate both the things.
Especially Ruhi.
Now, many of you must have responded to the pre-webinar poll, and I would like to give you the sneak peek in the responses that we have received. One of the question was, which gadget do you think your students would have an easy access to? As you can see, majority of them prefer smartphone and tablet, right? Second was, which type of educational technology would your students be more comfortable with? Though there is not much difference in the responses, 53% of the participants believe in asynchronous technology, that is not live. A learner can learn as per his or her own pace, convenience, and time. But a good number of respondents believe in synchronous technology also. So I guess in coming days, we and our students all would be comfortable with both modes of learning. Then, how comfortable are you with the use of online teaching platforms? And the list selected, the names were given to you. 37 feel extremely comfortable. That means they must have used this for online teaching learning platform. 42 are comfortable. That means they have learned certain things during this pandemic time and they are ready to execute. Some are learning. Now, what is important here is not where you are. Look, we all are teachers and on a journey of learning. Some might have gone ahead, some have not. But what is important is that we all have begun our journey. Next, how comfortable you are creating e-content. Here is also we can see 38% feel that they are not still very confident. Many of us are learning. Okay? And 25% participants are extremely comfortable, right? But scenario is encouraging. Then, as a teacher, are we comfortable in identifying relevant sources, platforms? 47% are comfortable. So, at least if I am unable to create the e-content, at least I am good at identifying resources for my students. Now, based on the data that I have shared with you, we would find ourselves as a student on one of the stages. Now, this is stage self-directed learning model propounded by Gerald Grove, wherein he has put students and teachers at different levels. Now, those who are participating today are either on stage 2 or stage 3, and some are obviously self-directed. Those who are extremely comfortable with everything, with technology, are self-directed. So, what is interesting that we have started the process of learning and ready to move from one stage to the other. And so will our students be when they begin learning. So either they would be dependent, they would be interested, involved, or self-directed. And this would be your role. For dependent student, this is how you would do. You would coach them. If he is interested, you might motivate and you become the guide. And then you become the facilitator, and then simply student would consult you whenever there is any difficulty. And the last question, which was the most important for me to decide the content of this webinar, was this: what do you expect? And as you can see, 81% of the participants wished that there should be taught some technology, some platform or apps in detail so that they can use it. And keeping this in mind, I have decided my content. The content which I am going to share is easily accessible, measurable. Student also would be able to use them properly. It is reliable. It is adaptive in nature, that is catering to the needs of various levels of students. It is outcome oriented, and the most important thing, it is asynchronous. It is not live at present. So whatever we are going to discuss today is asynchronous technology. If the teacher wishes to use it in synchronous mode, there is this possibility. Okay, so here we go with the first information. So 3 things: readtheory.org, vocabulary.com, and quill.org. These are the 3 platforms which I have been using regularly for my students, and I have found them very effective, and my students too have enjoyed them a lot. We won't go in detail of all these 3, we'll focus on one. But the common feature of all these 3 is that as a teacher, I can create my own class, but I did not create the e-content for it. The content is readily available. I have to make my student use that content. That's it. So read theory focuses on personalized reading comprehension activities. Vocabulary, as the name suggests, it gives you access to education and understanding through various activities. And quill, it is for grammatical activities. Now I would take you to the website of readtheory.org, and those who have an access to net may simultaneously explore
So then what happened?
Yes. I hope the screen is visible to you.
Yes. Present.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Vivek.
it is
Now,
visible, ma'am. Yeah.
yes. Now this is the home page of readtheory.org. You all know about sign up and login process, so I'm not going into it. I will show you both the interface of the student as well as of the teachers.
connection through internet also.
Dear, let us share the feedback from here. The Telegram is not available.
Don't worry, you will be given updated link. केवल तो खाली पढ़िए. वो issue नहीं कर. मैं तो वो जितना you will be given the.
Now this is my account which I have created for my students. Department of English, SPU. Now as you can see, first thing, these are the students who were enrolled in the group last year.
You a number times now.
Now this is the list of my students. This icon is highlighted. This is the name of the student. This is the password for the student to log in. So username, sorry, and the password is given to the student. Fine. Now, as a teacher, the first thing I need to do is create my class. So, how to create a class? Here is the option. Create new class. Fine. I have to enter the name of the class depending on my need. For example, 2020 MA second. Yeah. Very simple. Create the class. Now, after creating the class, as you can see, I have 0 students in this class. Now, I need to add students. Right? Now, my students, I have to go to my student, and if I don't know,
We don't know about this.
I can ask the question to this also. But here it is already given. Create new student accounts. For example, with Vivek's permission, I am using his name.
એ તો આપણે મેલ કરી દઈશું ફરી કાલે કરતી રીતે મેં કહું મેસેજમાં બી હસવા જો કેવડા કે પછી તમને લિંક મળી જશે.
Now I did not give the username. It automatically gives me the username. But sometimes it is very complicated. So I can modify the username so that it is easier for the students to remember. Now I know that Vivek has 77 in his email ID, so I'm using this. Now password can be given by the teacher or can be set by the students. But as a teacher, I prefer that I keep the common password for all the students. So for example, AC webinar. Now this email, okay, it should have. Now the email is an optional thing. In case the student forgets username or password, if the email is submitted, then Read Theory would help you retrieve the lost information. But right now, we don't enter any data over here. Now for next, add. Now right now I don't want to add any other student, right? So I'll delete the row. Now finish the job.
What's the job?
Pati?
No.
Okay. Fine. I need to delete the empty rows actually first, then only it will allow me to finish. As you can see, create new student account. Now I don't want to create any other account right now, so close. Now among the list of enrolled student, I would see a name with red line below the name. That means the student is not a member of any class. Now I want Vivek to be the member of a class which I have just created. So what would I do? I would click
BSBT has left the meeting
and add to. I will select my class. So this is the second year. Fine. So Vivek is now a part of my class which I just created.
will be given after.
And if I go to my classes and if I select this, sorry, this is first year. So I can see Vivek Parmar in the class. So it's very simple. In this manner, we can add as many students as we wish. So other features. Now as you can see, this is the progress report. Now as a teacher, we need to monitor what our students are doing, whether they are doing whatever we are assigning to them or not. So this is the feature. Now this is one class which we just created, and obviously there is no activity which has taken place, so it doesn't show any number over here. So I'll go to the class wherein my students have done some work. For example, my last year's class. Now these are the students. Now as a teacher, I can see what kind of work they have done.
9 to.
So my students have completed in total 3,412 quizzes. This is knowledge points. Now what is knowledge points? As you can see, it is already given over there. You have to simply click on it. Points assigned to a student for giving a correct answer and for avoiding unnecessary clicks. Look, this is AI, artificial intelligence. If your student tries to click without reading, it understands and it does not assign mark. It affects even the performance grade. Now this is pre-grade. So before the student starts taking the passages, reading comprehension exercises, this platform decides what is the level of the student. And based on the level, the difficulty level of the passage is decided, and accordingly the passage is given to the student. Now this is the collective grade of the class, and this is the collective program average of my students. Now if we go down and see all the students who got enrolled, their individual data is shown through this chart, and whatever I want to see, for example, if I just hover my pointer on a particular bar, it shows me the data of the student. Okay. Similarly, number of quizzes taken by each one. At the top, I have collective, right? Total number of quizzes. Now here, who has taken how many quizzes? Okay. And the same thing. For example, this Chauhan Suresh, he took 279 quizzes, which was not the number which I asked them to do.
Without the application, how
and
can one open the link? Better fix your
when he started this process, 40 at pre-test level 148, and below the quiz, the number of quizzes that he has taken and has cleared, right? Now 40 were above pre-test level. That means he has improved. At pre-test level 148 and below pre-test level 91. That means he has unable to perform or unable to get more than 70% in the particular quiz. So If your score is more than 70, then only you pass the quiz.
This is more important than the feedback point.
If your score is between 70 to 90%, fine, then you are on the same level. But if you score more than 90, then only you are given a different passage of a different difficulty level. The other information that we get from this website is this: grade level performance. As per the international standard, where do my students stand actually? Fine. So that is this information. And if you want to learn more, you have to simply click here. Everywhere this option is given to you. So you can read extra thing also. Now this is lexile level performance. This shows that depending on the difficulty of the passage, how my students have performed. And as a teacher, this helps us analyze the level of our students. We need to understand where do our students stand and how can we help them. Now, one more feature of this website is that it not only gives you an overall idea of the level of your student, but if you just want to see how has a particular student performed, then also you can see it. For example, Alex. This is the different level, and as you can see, the level begins with luminary, and when you earn 15,000 knowledge points, you become a tourist.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the knowledge points we already discussed. When the student began, he had this capacity of third grade student as per the international standards. A person with native, like the person whose native language is English. He took only 29 quizzes. Out of 29, he could clear 23. But what is interesting is look at the change that has come. From third grade to he has reached to sixth grade. So this is how the reading would help our students, right? And as a teacher, we have to simply bring our student to this platform. And the way we saw class performance, we can see the individual performance of the student also, right? Different charts are given. Now this is one feature. When you just visit individual students page, it is also available there also. But what kind of questions are asked, right? If I think this particular student, the person has been able to answer the question which focuses on the craft and structure of the passage quite nicely. 78%. That means I can understand that this particular student is good at understanding the structure. Okay. Then integration of knowledge. No? Comprehension is not only about explicit meaning. It is also about implicit meaning. The students of literature need to understand all these things also, because we are talking about both linguistic competence and literary competence. Right? And literary competence obviously require higher order of thinking skills. And though not directly from the literary text, these passages incorporate all these things, right? Integration of knowledge. And he has performed quite well over here also. And here also key ideas like gist of the paragraph, what is the writer trying to convey, and these key ideas he has been able to understand. So now I know that how to train this student further. Okay, what are his needs? So this is how you can plan, and this is the quiz history that he has taken. Now I will take you to the student interface.
And that's living all academy.
Now this was the account which I created just today morning. This is simply completely a new account, right? And you must have heard me talking about pre-test. The student has just logged in, and the first thing is that the student would be given 8 passages. Sorry, 8 small passages and 1 question per passage. You hit the button ready, and I am unable to see the chat box. And if you remember the pre-webinar poll, I asked for your suggestions, and one of the suggestions that I received was to keep it activity oriented. Fine. So I would like to involve you people also. So Krupa, may I request you to have a look at the chat box, and I would request all of you to go through this passage very quickly.
Yes, definitely, ma'am.
And just try to answer. Don't bother about completely correct or incorrect answer. But whoever gives the first response, kindly let me know the response, because I am unable to see the chat box at present.
Sure.
Yeah, Vivek sir will do so.
एप्लीकेशन डाउनलोड ना करे तो वो क्या होता है हैं सॉफ्टवेयर
Okay, I think I am able to see the screen. Yes.
ના થયો ને ડાયરેક્ટ રીડાયરેક્ટ કરે પ્લે સ્ટોર પર જે
આપણે એવું કરીએ
ના
kindly read and let me know your response. A, B, C or D, whatever you think.
કેટલા કહેશે કેટલું નોલેજ તો છે કે એપ્લિકેશન વગર કેમ
It's D. We have received the first one. Okay.
એટલે રહેવા દો હમણાં પછી સોલ્યુશન કરીએ.
So we need to submit it. Okay, we'll go to the next question. Now please try A, B, C, D or E. The tone of the author. Look at the question also, huh? Only D. Once again, we have same response. D. Let us go by it. It doesn't tell me whether it is right or wrong, huh? Right now. Okay. Third one, please.
Dr. Tushar ખરું થયું
Okay. Is it this
આ બહુ નિશાન પહેલા ક્રિએટ કર્યા છે
for the third passage?
You don't need the form.
Again, we have received first response in the form of D.
Knowledge and we will change the form. Do your own.
Yes. Next question.
એક છે
એન નામ એન કરના કોઈ ભુયન ના એ કરના
As you can see, the length of the passage also vary,
મેસેજ કેમ નહીં આવતો
and you can see the grade also, huh?
I'll make sure કે સર્ટિફિકેટ ના મળે.
It is not giving us higher level of question. That doesn't mean that we belong to this grade only, huh? But this is just a diagnostic test.
હવે એવું કે એવું ખાલી કે જે ડિસ્પ્યુટ કરશે એ લોકોને નહીં મળે.
Okay. Is it B? Grade.
એટલે બાકી કરો
ના નહીં જતો. હેલો.
Next.
ના તો લાઈવ છે અમે. હા અરે ખબર નહીં આપણે પતવા દો પહેલા. હા સારું.
Is it B for
B, ma'am.
B? Okay, great.
બહુ મસ્ત પ્રેઝન્ટેશન છે અને આપણું અત્યાર સુધી પરફેક્ટ ચાલી છે.
Is it D?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh shit.
What happened?
D again.
Once again, D, ma'am.
Okay.
No. Press off.
તો અવાજ કોનો થયો?
As you can see, it is so easy and so interesting.
આપણું માઈક આનો.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Again, D, ma'am.
Again D. Yes. Chalo.
આપણો ઓફ જ છે.
So now our pre-test is complete. Fine. The technology has decided our level, where do we stand, fine, and then we can enter into program. So this is what your student has to do when he or she enters or logs in for the first time. And it is important that the student completes all the 8 questions in one go. If for any reason he or she is unable to complete it, then it's okay, nothing to worry. He or she will have to log in once again. And once again, we have to take the pre-test from the beginning, right? And now we are given the questions. And this is how we will continue taking passages. If you are able to answer correctly, our level will go up, or else it will remain the same, or it will go down also. And now, let us do the exercise again. What kind of food? Can I have the answer? It's B. It's the correct answer. Right? Now, next time I would like you to give me incorrect answer so that I can tell you what happens if you give incorrect answer. Huh?
तुम्हारा चैट बॉक्स ओपन રાખવું જોઈએ.
Incorrect option please, somebody.
જેમને બિચારનું સર્ટિફિકેટ મળતી પ્રોબ્લેમ થઈ ગઈ.
આનાથી આમ કનેક્ટેડ રહે છે બધા.
Okay. He grows different things.
બાકી અમુક જણા નહીં કરતા.
It's B. Okay. Now this is incorrect answer. Now this is a very simple question. But if it is a difficult kind of question, it gives you the entire explanation. Right? And there are carrots on Ben's farm, right? So it helps me that where is this information given? There are carrots on Ben's farm or his farm. And so I understand why my particular question is right or wrong. Okay, now the third question, Ben does not grow. Now this is a challenge question. What is this? So they are more difficult than the standard questions, right? And bonus points are awarded. So this question will probably decide whether we'll move to the next level or not. Okay. So somebody please try to respond to this question. Ben probably also grows.
એનું સેટિંગ બરોબર હર્ટ્સ પર માઇક છે ને એને ઓફ કર દો. નીચે દે વોલ્યુમ.
So it requires for me to understand the implicit information also. Don't worry, it doesn't matter whether even if we give wrong answer, it helps us understand this platform in a better way. For example, chickens. Obviously wrong answer. So then it explains. Okay. And this is how your student would go on. The features that you can use, your student can also use the same features. Let me complete this passage. Okay. So your score is 60% because we could answer 3 out of 5. We have got 3 knowledge points. Okay. And it gives me some feedback also. And if I want to learn more, I can learn more also. Now, I was talking about the features. The same features your student also has, right? He can go for the next quiz and he can see his progress, his or her progress. Right now, we have only taken one quiz, but the same thing is available to the student also. So if he becomes a self-learner, he can monitor his or her own progress also. Okay. So this is what I wanted to discuss about read theory. Now, how do I utilize this platform for my students? Okay. Now, I use it as a part of our internal evaluation activity. I decide the schedule. I can set the time frame that how many days I want my students to use this platform. Okay. And based on their performance, I can decide the point, right? I grade them from A plus to C and C1. I don't go for 0. No negative marking for not doing anything. At least something must have been done by the student. Okay. So what we can do, we can create a schedule. First, let students get familiar with the platform and then assign the task. Now you can ask different things. You can decide your strategy with respect to the students that you are having. What are their needs? What are their levels, right? We can do this thing also, that you have 15 days and you have to earn 500 knowledge points, irrespective of the quizzes you take. So some students might earn these many points after completing, say, 10 quizzes or 15 quizzes. Some might take more quizzes, right? So one thing is knowledge points. Other one is number of quizzes passed. That you need to pass at least 20 quizzes. Fine. So if my student has passed only 4 quizzes, by the time the time given to them, the deadline given to them ends, I will give the student C. Right? If more than that, then I may give a B plus. If he has or she has completed or passed required number of quizzes, we can assign A plus grade also. So you need not monitor your students, you need not check their assignments. And this is completely different, where your students will also learn and you would have time to create your own e-content. Okay. You can also have your own strategy, but these are the strategies which I use. And this is also for the students probably who are very good, at language. So maybe you can divide students. It requires some efforts, but you can divide the students, and those who are fast learners, right? You can give them this task that you have to move to the next level or next 2 level. If you are on the third grade, you have to reach to 5th grade. So it is up to you, the teacher, how to go about it. Right? So this was about read theory. Now I have to move to again the presentation, and we'll choose another one. Okay. Now these remaining two you can explore on your own. They are very much similar. Simply activities are different. Now I move to mobile applications. Now our students are fond of using various applications. So we need to suggest them some applications which they can use and improve not only their language and develop literary competence, but also enjoy them, right? And as you can see, there are 3 which I have listed over here. There are many, but this what I have been using. Listen audiobooks. Fine, I regularly use it for my students. This one, I have just learned about this during this pandemic, and I'm going to use it for my students when the next semester begins. Right? So first of all, let me introduce you to this app and how do I make use of it in the class. Just wait for a while. I need to share my mobile screen. And this is the 4th one also, sorry. English speaking practice. It helps our students practice speaking also. Okay, I think my screen is visible. Mobile screen. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Okay, I think Vivek, it is visible now.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay.
It is totally visible. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now this is my mobile screen which I am sharing with you right now. When I need to download and all these things, I'm not getting into that. Right? Once you download this Listen Audiobooks app in your mobile, and when you open it, this is the interface that you see. Now we all know that there are many audiobooks available online, but what is missing in the platforms that I have visited is the text. They provide only the audio, no text is there, so I have to keep the text with me. But this one is quite handy to our students also, and there are full audiobooks. There is a long list, as you can see. So the students can make a choice over here. These are classic audiobooks also, and they are 115 number. For example, I want my students to listen to Alice Adventures in Wonderland, or what we commonly know, Alice in Wonderland, right? Now our students, literature students, they are preparing for NET/SLET examination also. So each book, and it is not possible for them to read each and every text. But through this app, at least they can learn basic information about the book. Okay? And this is quite authentic also. Okay, unlike various resources available and where we doubt whether they are authentic in nature or not. So this one is quite authentic. And after this introduction, as you can see, chapter wise, this audio is available. Now, apart from simply listening to the audio, what can I make my student do is this also. For example, right now, we are in synchronous mode of learning. And maybe in future, you might find your students on the similar platform. And you want to do some activities with them online. Okay. So, kindly listen to this. And then you will have a small question also. Just to check whether you are attentive or not. As you can see, I need to click on the play button. It will take some time.
Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Chapter 1. Down the Rabbit Hole. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. And what is the use of a book without pictures or conversation? So, Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Chapter 1. Down the Rabbit Hole.
Just a minute. I think is audio clear?
No, not ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, just a bit. I thought it was not clear, so I.
Okay. Yes, now it is clear, ma'am.
Okay.
It is audible.
Down the rabbit hole. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. And what is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversation?
Okay, fine. Now my students must have listened to this audio. Now I want them. I just wish to learn whether they were attentive, whether they have comprehended. I am putting a question over here based on the audio that you have listened. And please try to respond with reference to the passage that you have just heard, huh? Somebody please answer. It's not that difficult. Okay, so we have Devsena Prabhu, and she has. Wait a minute. So the question was this: Alice's sister is tired of reading. No, that is not the correct option. A is not the right answer. I don't know. Yes, correct. C is the correct answer. Fine. So this is how you can go about. You can keep certain questions ready with you. Fine. And you can post your audio and you can ask the students to respond. Or you can also prepare a quiz using Google Form. Ask your student to listen to the audio and then respond to the quiz. Fine. So this can be used in synchronous mode as well as in asynchronous mode also. So this was the one thing. It is completely free. There is pro version also available. But if you don't want to go for pro, free is enough for our students and it will meet our needs. Okay. Now the next app which I would like to talk about is Sentence Master. Again, we have learned or we have played this game. We have to unscramble the words and it can be played in both the modes, single player and multiplayer. Here also I would like you to be ready to play the game, but it is time-bound game. So you have to respond in time. Okay? So let us go for the single player mode. Okay. As you can see, there are 4 levels and 1 proverbs. Beginner, competent, professional, expert, and proverbs. Let us try with this level. Very simple. This is very good for our students who are just beginning. Can you just let me know the first word which should be there? Type the word which you think should begin the sentence. For example, I. The next word should be?
Ma'am, it is not visible enough.
Okay, okay. So my screen is not visible?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes.
Just a minute, Let me share it again. Is it now?
How appalling is that?
Vivek?
Yeah.
Okay, now while I was... Okay.
Yeah,
now we
ma'am.
try another sentence, right? We fail. Look, if we fail to answer, right, it gives us the time that is taken. Now we took 60 seconds. We did not attempt, so obviously there was no mistake actually. Now, second one. Only 3 words, So which one should be the first? I feel guilty. Great. Very good. Fine. So this is how it encourages you for the correct response and motivates you to give correct response when you give incorrect. Now let us try competent. Now you have improved. Which one would be the first one? Look at the words. How? John. Oh, John is incorrect. How? After how? How happy? Yes,
How
good.
happy.
How happy are you? Are you that John is coming? Oh, sorry. Terrific. Right. So it is nice even if we play at home now when we're just bored or someone to do something. This is really interesting. And oh, sorry. It's a free version, so we have to bear with this. But it is, the duration is quite short. Okay. Oh, sorry. Now, as you go for the higher level, right, the difficulty level increases. So we are not getting into that. I would take you to this proverb section. Now the same thing again. Let me know which proverb is there. Which word would come first? Little, strokes, very great, ox.
Wasn't your best.
Okay, fine. It is okay that you learn to arrange the words properly, but what is also important that it gives you the meaning of the proverb also. So it is learning with fun. And sometimes, developing your vocabulary or learning idioms is a boring job. But this kind of app makes it interesting. Okay. So this was the next step which I wanted to discuss. The third app which I would like you to learn about is this. This is quite interesting. I have simply used it. I have not used it for my students yet, but I'm sure when I share this with my students, they would also find it very interesting, We all must have heard this suggestion from our teachers that it is we must have heard from our teachers that it is good. It is good to listen to audios. Now, this is the app which can help us do this. We have to select a song, for example, this song. It gives me two options, multiple choice and karaoke mode. This karaoke mode will simply give me the song with the lyrics, right? So I am not doing anything, I am simply listening to the song and reading the lyrics. But this multiple choice option involves me in the song, right? We'll go to this mode. And again, there are levels. For example, this particular song has 385 words, as it is written here. Now, if I go for this level, I will be having 39 blanks, for each blank, 4 options will be given. And I have to select the correct option. And accordingly, the difficulty level increases. Here 75, here 148, and here 385. Now let us play and see. We'll go for the beginner level first. I have to start. This word, this circle is the blank which I need to fill. They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Sorry, I use my mouse to click the correct option and I forgot that I am sharing my screen. Okay, now but it's fine. As you can see, I failed to answer this correctly, for example. So it shows me these 2 arrows, 2 keys, right? Backward and forward. If I go backward, if I press this key, it will replay the line, again give me an opportunity to listen to the line and choose my option. Now, you need not always listen to the song. You can even go forward. Now just, you see this, I go backward. It will I I did not respond to this particular blank. So again, it stopped, right? Now, if I use this, it will replay the line. But what if I use this button, right? It keeps this blank, considering that I don't know the answer to this particular blank. So there is this red line, as you can see. And at the top of it, the score is indicated. Fine. And how many gaps have I responded to? This is not my first trial. Fine. I have used this song previously also. Okay. So, sorry. It gives me this gaps, so number of blanks that they are there. Now, number of hits. Wait a minute. Let this. So, number of hits. How many answers I have given correctly? And how many times have I failed? And you can always resume, restart, or give up, or quit the game. So I think this is how you can go about, and I hope you will be able to understand it. Okay, sorry, let me play it again. Multiple choice. I wanted to show you something. Now, as you see this leaderboard, when you click here, oh, it's not working. Just a minute. Give me some time. It gives me the score of the people who have taken this song and have answered blanks correctly. So this is one more thing. So like this, you can make choices. And these are the words. It gives me the list of words which I have answered. So it keeps the record of the words that you have attempted. It gives you reward also. Level, lyrics, words, everything. Okay. So this was the app which I wanted to discuss. And the last one would be this. Vivek, may I continue for a while?
Yeah, up to you, ma'am.
So just very quickly, I'll go through this app. This is the conversation. Fine. Beginner, okay. The name of the app, English speaking practice. There are different levels again. As you can see, I'm going very quickly. It gives you various options also. For example, catching up with a friend. Now it's a very small piece of conversation, and I have to listen to the conversation. And thereafter, based on this, I have to answer certain questions. And then I have to practice it. So let us do this.
I was on the phone for an hour. Who were you talking to for an hour? Sam, an old friend from college. When is the last time you talked to him? At college graduation. Wow, that was 30 years ago. We had a lot of catching up to do.
As you can see, this is a very small piece of conversation actually. And this is very good for the students who are just starting to learn this language. Okay. How long was Harry on the phone, for example? Incorrect. So what is the correct answer? An hour. Who was Henry talking to? For example, Ron. Check. Incorrect answer. It is Sam. So it gives me this. When is the last time Henry talked to? Check. Correct. Okay. Now it gives me the practice. Now to practice, I have to choose the partner actually. Who do I want to be and with whom I want to practice this conversation. For example, I want to practice this conversation with Ron, right? So select Ron as my partner. Now, as you can see, this particular dialogue is highlighted.
Ma'am, please unmute your mic. You're not audible.
Since how long, Vivek?
Yeah, it's up to you, ma'am.
Since how?
Yeah. Hello. Your voice is not audible, ma'am.
Ma'am, please again unmute. Okay.
Okay, I have unmuted it, but since how long I was in unmuted position?
Oh, no. Just for one, 2, 3 seconds for.
Okay, fine. Thank you for drawing my attention. Okay. Now, as you can see, this highlighted portion is mine. So I have to speak this dialogue. Okay. Let me just choose Henry. So that
I was on the phone for an hour.
Who were you talking to for an hour?
Sam, an old friend from college.
When is the last time you talked to him?
At college graduation.
Wow, that was 30 years ago.
We had a lot of catching up to do.
Okay, so now my voice is recorded. I have practiced it. Now I'm going to record it. Again, I have to choose a partner. So again, I choose Henry, who is going to speak the first dialogue. Right now, I start recording. I click on this button.
I was on the phone for an hour.
Who were you talking to for an hour?
Sam, an old friend from college.
When is the last time you talked to him?
At college graduation.
Wow, that was 30 years ago.
We had a lot of catching up to do.
Okay. As soon as the recording is over, the dialogues are over, it automatically stops. And do you want to save your dialogue, friend? We'll click yes.
I was on the phone for an hour.
Who were you talking to for an hour?
Sam, an old friend from college.
When is the last time you talked to him?
At college graduation.
Wow, that was 30 years ago.
We had a lot of catching up to do.
So this is how you can ask your student to practice and improve their speaking skills. So these were the 4 apps which I wish to share with you people because I found them interesting. I hope you too also found them interesting and useful, and your students too will find them interesting. And now it is almost over. I'll quickly conclude. So 4 apps. Listen audiobook, sentence master, learning language with music, English speaking practice, that is talk English, right? Now these various activities we can do with our students when we are making them read text or listen to text. Okay. Now the time does not permit, otherwise I could have gone into detail and discussed these various strategies. But I think the titles are self-explanatory actually, and the teachers who are interested in using this technique in the literary class can go for it. One thing I would suggest all of you to remember is this. Many of you must be aware with this. This is not something very new which I am sharing. Understand where are your students and what do you want them to do. Every activity will have a purpose. Whether you want them to remember something, fine. You want them to understand something, where you want them to apply, analyze, evaluate, or create. At least these 3 things, we should keep for our undergraduate students. Minimum. And this is applicable for all our PG students. Now, these were the suggestions that I received, right, during this survey which I conducted. And I hope I have incorporated your suggestions. The first one, right? I will share my PPT with Vivek and he will send it to all the participants.
Okay, ma'am.
Second one was Khan Academy. and all this, but it was not possible for me to incorporate the discussion of all these platforms. So I have skipped it and I'm sorry for that. Third suggestion was organize it without any technical issue. So congratulations team at Anand Arts College, you have done it, right? Except few technical issue from my side that my mic was right.
It's okay, ma'am.
Then strategies that can be used. I would not say I have discussed many strategies, but indirectly I have definitely discussed some strategies that can be used in EAT. Explain in detail. So I tried to discuss everything in detail. Share online resources which are easy to use on the part of the teacher and easy to comprehend on the part of the learner. I think and I believe firmly that all the resources which I have shared today are easy to use on the part of the teacher and easy to comprehend. And share apps that help us teach literature. So I think, Vivek, I have taken into account your suggestion also. And
Definitely.
more activity-based learning, right? So I tried to incorporate some activities in this synchronous mode of online learning. And no content was created by me, except one question which I put for you. Okay, everything else was ready-made. So one of the worries that we all have is, how will I be able to work? I have not my e-content ready. So these are the platforms which can be utilized. By the time you can create your own content and share it with your students. Now there were few suggestions, right? But I won't be able to incorporate or won't be able to do anything from my side. So it is for you people. You may share it with the principal sir also. Right?
Yes.
3 themes were suggested. Ways and means of conducting paperless examinations, basics of using ITC for education, and becoming an innovative, effective, and successful teacher in online teaching. Maybe we can help them by giving a roadmap. So that's it from my side. I will leave you with these 2 quotes. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. And feeling is not enough, we must do. Wait. And આફત ને અવસરમાં પલટાવીએ. That is, challenges are opportunities in disguise. Don't quit. Just do it. Thank you. So it is over from my side. Now if we have time for interaction, I am ready.
Yeah, if you have any question related, please, you can share it. Otherwise, we are going to end up the session.
It's a wonderful presentation, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone?
So I am thankful, before I stop speaking, I am thankful to Anand Arts College,
Yes.
and especially to Vivek for
No, you,
inviting
ma'am.
me to be a part of the session. I really enjoyed and I hope I have been able to share something that together we can make this online teaching learning activities, right, a fun
We too,
and
ma'am.
not a burden for our students. Okay?
Indeed.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Over to the team at Anand Arts College. And you are doing a very good job. I must appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hello, Krupa, ma'am.
Yes, Vivek sir, you can proceed now.
Yeah, actually, I want to say that it was indeed a live session, as we know that, and whole session was so energetic and practical approach based. So, ma'am gave us a demo to facilitate the topic, and it was so interactive and elated one. And especially, I like apps, and will definitely carry this in our classroom. So, I feel privileged to have the opportunity to proposing the word of thanks on behalf of the entire college fraternity. I express my heartfelt thanks to Honorable Parul Popat ma'am for accepting our invitation and enlightened us with her knowledge. Ma'am, your presence has really boosted the morale of all of us. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again. And I'm sure that the participant must have benefited by attending this informative session. I offer
I
my
mean,
deepest gratitude. Yes. Yeah,
they have my email ID because I have shared with them this link. So
definitely,
if
ma'am.
they wish to get in touch with me for an academic purpose, and if I would be of any help, I would be happy to do so. And they can also share their feedback via email. They already have my email ID. Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
okay.
very much.
Definitely, ma'am. Offer my deepest gratitude to Honorable Principal Dr. Manoj Patel sir for his extensive support and valuable suggestions, which made it easy for us to conduct this session. Thank you so much, sir. I am grateful to all the esteemed dignitaries and respected faculties and research scholars for being witness of this webinar and remain calm throughout the session. Thank you so much. And I would thank one and all who directly or otherwise extended their supportive in the planning and executions of this webinar. Once again, thank you all to be the part of this webinar and have a pleasant noon ahead. Thank you so much. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So we are ending up the session, ma'am.
Yes, but
Yes,
I would
yes,
read
yes.
Yeah.
some queries actually. For example, please suggest some audio books for Gujarati
Yeah, why not,
language.
ma'am? You can carry on here, ma'am.
Right, I have not explored actually much with reference to Gujarati literature. So right now I won't be able to suggest any, but maybe in future when I start exploring about Gujarati literature, I will be able to do that actually. Another query, thank you. Okay. Somebody is asking, give space to participants to ask something directly. Now, I don't know, it is up to the organizer because we are running out of
Yes,
time. It is,
Yes, why not?
then maybe we can ask them or allow them to
Definitely.
their
Definitely, ma'am.
mic.
if any participant want to ask any question to directly ma'am, they can turn their audio and video. We would welcome, but at a time only one participant can ask. Please make it note.
Does anyone have a question?
I don't think now probably. I do not see any other question
Okay.
also.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
everyone
Thank you so.
for being there.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was so informative and interactive, and based on
Thank you,
practical
ma'am.
approach.
So, this is what I like. I don't want to do everything on my own. I want students
Definitely.
also to do the work and
So
maybe the maximum work.
actually, this course has already reached the first
And one
stage.
more. See, all the participants are asking for feedback link. Do not worry about the feedback link. We would ensure you that you will definitely get the feedback link via your email ID. We have your email. If you have not joined the Telegram group, that is okay. We would again create the new channel. I think the channel is working
Yes.
quite well, but I don't know why people are facing some problem. But we would sort out all these technical issues, and we would definitely catch you all. So do not worry regarding the feedback link. Please, we would ensure that all the participants would get your certificate.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are ending up the session.
Thank you, dear.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so I take your leave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Now all the participants are requested they can leave the session meeting.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir. I
All
think
the
our
participants they
faculty
can,
members should be there.
all the participants can leave the meeting right now.
Except the college fraternity. If we want the interactions, then. It was so engaging, ma'am.
Yes, yes. It was quite engaging and I think
Obviously, and based on the practical approach. So